Alright, I'm back for Planet Coaster, and today we're going to be designing up this area and this area. I'm going to try to make it look presentable. And I'm not sure where it's going to end, or we're going to start the entrance to this place. It might be here, it might be here, or it might be back here. Just depends on how I see what works. But what I didn't do last time is connect the hotel to the hotel rooms, and that's actually doing it this way, which is interesting. I didn't realize that's how you did it. I thought it just had to be in the same building, and it worked. Luckily, I found that out because the game tells me when I have it not paused, which I always have it paused because, you know, just to have it run better. Plus, nobody can get over here anyways at the moment, so it's not like it's going to impact what it looks like. So I'm not too bothered by that. So once we do this last room, so zoom in a bit, a little more game, please. A little more. Oh, can I? Thank you. Okay, that should be all of them. Good enough. Now, in the time of me recording the last episode to doing the time lapse, there was an update, and that was just mostly better searching filters, better stuff like that. Tags you can add whenever you're searching for stuff, which is nice. And they also added, to my knowledge, it might be more, a restaurant option now. What's it look like custom? Yeah, you can make a restaurant and a restaurant expansion. So I guess this works similar to how the hotel works. So maybe we'll find a place to put a restaurant in somewhere over in this area whenever I get this all figured out, which is going to take a while. But my design for this is going to be big campfire here, lumber mill thing here, and then foresty bit through the rest of the area. We have to connect this up though. That is our first thing, and we have to make sure that's not that much of a slope down. We gotta fix that. Somewhat flatten the surface. I don't know how this is gonna go. You're lifting up. We don't want that. Go back. Let's just push that down. It's on a slight slope down. Might not be great to do this, but it might work. I don't know. These are always a problem to deal with, especially for cube paths. Oh, yeah, we don't want it to look like that. We gotta figure out something that works here. There, hopefully using that smooth tool, make it work a whole lot better. And that seems to have worked great, so I'm very happy about that. Now I could angle snap it so it's perfectly straight, but we'll just do it this way. Just to avoid any issues. Now this has to just curve out right here and connect up right there. There we go. Doesn't get in the way of anything, you can walk right through. Right under this, exactly what I wanted. Now it just takes you a while to get over there, but hey, enjoy the scenery. And shut up and deal with it. I still hate how that staircase is different than this staircase, but whatever. Now since we are doing a fireplace here and the scale of everything is so big, I was thinking we can't use this. That's too small. Too small for this area. We gotta use one of the fire props and build our own. But yeah, they have these. I don't know if these firework shapes were here before the update, because I've never noticed them. They might have been, and if they have, then I just don't pay attention. But they look like this. There you go. That would be nice in an actual park. The entrance of Hotel 4 is not accessible from the... Oh yeah, that's right. That's right, because we don't have this connected up yet. We will, though. I believe the fire prop is down here. We have colorable fire, which we don't want to use. I'd say a medium fire effect. And we just sink it in the ground. Right about here. And we build our own little logs and shit under it. Because I want to take one of these and put it like right here so people, it's like you can sit by the fire and relax. On each side. We don't want it to look perfect, so it's going to be a little off-centered. Like that. Then we got to build the wood under there, which we'll do in a second. Now, I was thinking of elevating this. I guess I can pause the game now because it's not a big deal. I was thinking of elevating this area just slightly. Just so there's some terrain difference, and elevating this a bit more to be more like a small hill. Because I kind of don't want it to be revealed too much until you round the corner and you're like, oh, that's what this place looks like. You see all that and you just want to keep going, or if you want to go to the hotel. And I also have to think of something to put along here, if anything. Besides, you know, the usual design of the roads, fake roads people walk on. But I think, this looks pretty nice so far. I still have to fix this area. I'm happy with how this turned out. So let's try to keep that going. Turn that intensity up just maybe to 30%. The size a bit bigger too. So I don't know how high I want this from the ground perspective. I don't want it to be like super high, but there's got to be some sort of height going on here. And remember, I can't have it that high all the way throughout because we have to have an entrance to... I could shrink that down a bit. Because I want the entrance to the castle to be from the back here whenever it's all along the water. So, gotta be careful with that. I also want this to be elevated. This one in particular to be elevated. This one could be level with this, but this one needs to be elevated. So, well, you know what? Let me get those out of there before I run into any problems. Oh yeah, I put these logs here just to see what that looks like. We'll move that over. We'll move everything over here. I guess that I can delete because we already have 3 of those over there. Alright, you move out of the way. Also, rotate because you're facing the wrong way with that little bit over there. We'll flatten the part that it's on. Let's see, maybe... what's that look like? See, that's fine. I like that. Because don't forget, we're going to have a lot of trees here, and the trees on top of this. So you won't really get to see much until you start rounding this corner, which is exactly what I'm going for. So now we just got to flatten this bit out. Bring this over. How's this going to... we just gotta flatten it out a little bit. So we could, I might put it back a bit. Flatten that out. Yeah, that might work. Alright, flatten the foundation. No, let's not ruin our park by doing that. Turn the intensity up. Let's have you right about here. That's kind of what I was going for. We'll just buff out the little bits that look ugly. Yeah, put it back a bit and leave it up here. Perfect. So that gives me a chance to put stuff in between as well. Okay. So now, smooth tool, smooth you out to there. Nice. Smooth. Oh, you know what? I kind of like that little bit hanging out there. I think here is where it needs to be smoothed out a bit. Just a bit, not too much though. Fine with that. Because from the ground, it looks fine. Because I want the illusion that you know, all these logs have been used to build this wooden house or hotel. So that's why it's all close to each other like this. Now, as for the area of what I can build in between, besides stacking logs inside here, that's still to be determined, and that'll probably be decided in the time-lapse. But as you know, these are mostly, the parts of me talking are just to figure out exactly what we're going to do. So, now the problem is if I elevate this, I have to make sure it doesn't get in the way. We don't want to do that. It doesn't get in the way of whenever you round the corner and you see everything. That's going to be a problem. Because I don't know if I just want to stack trees here. Because I don't want to ruin the line of sight from here straight down. So trying to put trees all the way over is a problem, but elevating it slightly. There I go, covering that up again. You just gotta move somewhere completely. You know what, actually go in here. I always say just out of the way. Maybe I could elevate this part just a bit. Just a bit. And then have something else extra here, low to the ground. I'm not quite sure. Because I don't want to just leave it blank. Because that kind of, I don't know. It doesn't look right whenever everything else, hopefully, I feel like, is so detailed. I mean, I'm sure if you went and downloaded somebody's stuff from the workshop, it would blow anything I made out of the water, but most of the time those are just focused on one particular area of a park, like one building. Or I'm trying to build a whole park here, and that's just, you have to spread out some resources after a while. Because I mean, look at how much time I spent on this. I mean, it's worth it. God damn, that took forever. I was getting sick of building that style of stuff by the end of it. But it's worth it. Yeah, I don't know if I put that down or not. We'll worry about that later. But in terms of trees that are going here, where are these? Yeah, this one. I want to put a couple of these trees right here. And I don't think I'm going to line the whole, you know, sides all the way around with anything, because I've done that enough. If anything, I might do it around here or something. Or I might do it to cut off the tree line here and connect it up to that, possibly. And then have something low to the ground going along there. And also, I came on the game last night on my own, and I made a little short list of little things I need to do once I complete this section of the park before we start on the castle, because I want that to be the absolute last thing we're going to do. And I have about like 13 or 14 things I need to do. Are you a bird? Oh, you are. Look at you. Never got to see one of them super up close. And I think I understand why they don't want you to see them up close. Okay, so I placed a few trees up here, and I want to just see if they get in the way. And they don't really get in the way that much. At least I don't think so. As long as I don't overdo it on the trees, because I wanted to keep them kind of skinny around here, I think we'll be okay. Is there fall versions of these? I don't think so. Is Cypress the one that doesn't change color? I can't remember. I'm not up on my flora. Oh yeah, it's just a cypress tree that doesn't change. Well, at least in the game. They don't have an alternate version for it. Which I don't understand why at this point I can't just color the tree whatever color I want. Wouldn't that save them from having to add all these different, like the autumn versions? Wouldn't that just be easier? Because we need... Oh, I can have a snowy tree. That'd be so nice to make a winter-themed map. No, stop. Don't do that. Finish this one first. I do have plenty other ideas I want to make for other maps. But they would be on a much smaller scale than this, because this... How long has this taken me? gonna be almost a year I've been working on this off and on. Just out of, you know, pure fun, really. A little birch tree like that isn't a problem. But here, especially the autumn version, that is a little too big. That is, oh yeah, that's the one we put. Yeah, we put one of them nut trees over there. Oh no, that's to be determined if I want to just mess around with that in the time lapse. I'm going to leave that there. Again, is like a marking to remind myself. Okay, one quick thing I need to do here, because this has just been bugging me for the longest time. I gotta lower this water level, because it is really just annoying me. I think it looks much better when it's lowered. Because when it's high like that, it just looks like it could just easily overflow and ruin everything. So we put it down to here. It's a much better effect on what it has, in my opinion. I think it looks better. Oh, I have to fix that. I guess you couldn't see that because of the graphic settings I have. Because it's so high up. Well, let's not do that. Alright, yeah, let's just fill that in this way. There we go. Is the other one okay? There we go. Alright, yeah, I just wanted to do that. Because it was really annoying. And I just figured it looks better that way. I wonder if I can take any of these and put them over into here somehow. See, it doesn't work. I need something small to put back here. And I just can't figure that out yet. I gotta look through the thousands of... I guess I can go through Fairy Tale first, because they usually has most of the stuff I'm looking for. And just say in the castle we will be using these. There's 3 of them. We will be using them. If I can fit them in there, I will try my best. Fairy Tale Band. God, this is terrifying. No wonder why I never used that. We have the statues to use in the castle. This wagon. That has possibilities. Don't I have one of them already colored the way I want over here? Because I put a trunk in it or something? Yeah. You. Come here. Might change you to a more neutral brown, but for now, you'll be going here. I wonder if you think I should have some type of windmill tower? Would that work here? What else do we have? Well, we have these to use in the arena, which we're going to be making. Market burrows. I've already used them, but I don't see any great use for them. The chairs we have for our castle to use. We use those. We use that. Spooky tree, we use those. The stalks, stone archway. Why is that just like a prop? It's weird. Might be able to find somewhere to throw that. Straw cart. Oh wait, that's what I use, right? This is, isn't it? Yeah, okay. I know I wasn't going crazy. The barns we used. The water well. Man, I really need to find a place to use this. Like I might put it here. I might have a water wheel or something here. Or I might be able to stick it in with some house that's gonna go here along the water, because we still have to build these variations along this long strip. And I really wish that in the planning I would have not made this park so big, because there's too much walking. But I don't want to make some sort of like train system to just travel around, because then nobody would walk anywhere. But I'm not sure if they walk so much that they'll just give up and be like, we don't want to do this anymore, sort of thing. Which would suck. Which house? We've already used that. Which tree? Yeah, that's the thing we use in the middle here, right? Yeah. I like that. But, again, gotta fix that up as well. Well, I don't know if this is going to be a short one, but I really don't have much else to say or do that can't be accomplished in a time lapse, because that just takes a while to tediously place everything. So me talking over that would be torture, really, because of how slow it'd be. Um, but yeah, just an overview. We're going to finish this episode, and the next episode we'll make our little tower entrance, which will have a connection that goes into the mountain. I will fix that up as well, because whenever I make the arena here, if I have to push this in or not, I don't really know yet. Whenever I make the arena here, it's going to be like a coaster add-on that cuts through here, and it's going to just be like a big coaster that goes around through here. So that'll be a fun thing to mess with, because I figured I have all this land just sitting there that I can mold however I want, so why not make use of it? So it gives people a chance to a reason to walk inside the arena, because I'll have like decorations and stuff, but the ride will be mostly up through here and around. Hopefully that works, but if not, then we can always change it to something else. But done for today. See you in the time lapse, and see you next time.